Hi there, coffee lovers and espresso enthusiasts. This is Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today I want to introduce to you a new compact grinder that we received here at First Line Equipment called the PKE. It is a commercial grinder. It is actually quite large. The small bean hopper by Compak does fit this very nice grinder. Just to start off, if you look at my sweat jacket right here, it says respect, and this grinder deserves respect. And the reason I say that is because this thing is a beast. When the Compak USA came to drop this grinder off, we actually tested it here. This was approximately about 2 months ago when they dropped it off and wanted us to evaluate it. And the very first day, I was like, really didn't care for it. We had a varietal, a Brazil Santos varietal roasted bean running through here, and the sales manager was saying this will work out great, and I was like, I really didn't like it. However, the grinder grew on me and earned my respect, because once I got this dialed in, this thing pulls amazing shots, amazing espresso shots. This is an espresso grinder. It's not really made for bulk grinding. It is for espresso only, and I've been using it since. I really liked it. And if you've seen some previous videos, you saw it in the back there, which we actively use the equipment that's in the back. So, and also stuff that we have up here up front. So, like I said, we have the small bean hopper that fits. It comes with a large bean hopper, and we're going to go over some of the details here. There is an automatic mode, and you probably can't hear it, but there's actually a fan motor that turned on. Like plus and minus on the fan motor. It makes noise while the grinder's not being used. So I'm kind of like iffy about that. But in a high production environment, or if you want things to be cooled down, you do need that fan motor to start cooling things, especially in a higher production environment. This grinder can work in cafes, coffee shops, offices, and a home environment as long as you have the space. And for those lightly roasted varietals, that's where we kind of tested this in the beginning. And like I said, this grinder grew on me with the Brazilian Santos that we roast fresh here. So I really liked it, and I think it worked very, very well. So let's get started and go into the details. Okay, to insert the bean hopper, we're going to put the small one in. Just basically fits in like that. And then there's a holding screw, just gently touched and rotated, so the bean hopper stays in. And if you go too far, basically you can crack the bean hopper. To remove it, basically this would go back in. So to drop the beans, it's right there, and there's a little tab here to slide this back in to remove the bean hopper. So right now we'll put in back the big one. We'll tighten the screw, and it's held in by friction, and then the tab we can pull out. Now you'll notice here, this is the holding screw for the adjustment settings. So we're going to take this out, rotate it, close it up, and then this screw right here we can loosen, and we can basically adjust the grinder. It's like a stepless adjustment, and your indicator is right here. So we could tighten that up, and now we'll turn on the grinder. To turn on the grinder, you have your off position here for the switch. There is a little play right there. Automatic is to get it into the automatic mode where you have the dosage control, and then manual is to manually grind the coffee. So as soon as I turn it on, it starts grinding right away. So we're going to go into automatic mode. So on the PKE, just if you can see closer here, we have numbered settings. So if you bring the larger number to the pointer here, that means it's a coarser. Larger means coarser. Smaller numbers to this point mean that the grind is finer or smaller particle size. So just keep that in mind. Our general rule of thumb is to change the settings while the grinder is running. Even though I have used this grinder and changed settings without it running, Usually the burrs can gunk up on the inside, but this grinder we normally recommend, as well as all others, to change settings while it's running. Now, as far as the menu, and you see here it says coarser and finer here, but you have your single, double, and triple dose that you could program. You can also have a grind button here to grind. So if you want to change the dose, and here right now dose 1 is for 2 seconds. You press twice and then hit the menu button, and there's the dose. And here you can change by 1/100th of a second. In most cases, the grinder will change at 1/10 or 1/20th of a second. So you can adjust with the minus and the plus sign, and say we want to increase it. Okay, so we can get it there. Hit OK, and that's the saving of the dose there as far as timing. Now keep in mind that if you make a major adjustment in the grind size, you may have to adjust the time, because finer coffee takes longer to grind, so you may need to increase the time there. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're changing the settings. And right there you could see you could grind at will here by pressing the grind button, and this thing is lightning fast as far as grinding. Here you have your chute where the ground coffee will exit. You have 2 mechanisms here to hold the portafilter in place, as well as a clip. The machine typically does come with an extra set of these in case these 2 clips don't work. You could try the other set and get those installed. There are screws on the sides here to make those adjustments. And then we'll insert our portafilter. We'll put on dose 2. And basically we can adjust the timing or the grind fineness for how much we need in the portafilter, so we get a really good dose. And from my testing, there's typically about 1 gram of coffee or less that's come out as far as retention. It could be a little more depending on the coffee you're using, but what I found is about a gram's worth of retention that occurs there. And if you do need to have a little extra coffee, you can keep the portafilter in and hit the grind button, as well as on the side here there's a button to actually increase the dose of coffee. So if I press this button on the side, and the consistency of the grind is absolutely amazing on this grinder. Like I said in the beginning, I wasn't really that impressed, but I am truly impressed at this point on the grind quality that does come out. And you can see how fast this grinder is. It's lightning fast, and something that should be seriously considered when grinding your espresso coffee, especially the single origin varietal coffees. I found to have worked well. In the beginning, not so well, but it grew on me, and I basically nailed it. And it's a reason why I do like this grinder. So to clean out the burrs, you can use any of the cleaning products for grinders on our website. But if you want to clean them out manually or change the burrs, just make sure your power is off, which we just switched off, and unplug the unit. And basically just loosen everything out, get the bean hopper out. You will need a Torx T20 screwdriver, and take out the top 3 Torx screws. And there's a little washer and a rubber washer in there. And the T20 Torx screwdriver is not included with the purchase, so you will have to buy that optionally. And the lid basically comes right off. And that basically comes out. You'll see 2 rubber grommets here over the screw, and also there'll be this, the holding screw is here with its own rubber grommet. As you can see, there's some insulation on the top cover, and this may be difficult, but basically take this all the way out, and this will help with the 0 point. The one thing I did notice on this grinder is that it did arrive with the 0 at the true 0 point. And very, very tight tolerance, so there's less play. And there are some large, huge burrs by Compak, and always good to change to OEM burrs. And if you wanted to clean the burrs here, and cleaning the grinder, once you vacuumed it out, clean the burrs or change the burrs, basically just make sure the threads here don't have coffee grinds in them, because if there are, you can lock up the burr set. So just be careful on that. And then also, when you're inserting this, please be careful. There's actually a notch right here, so this can fit in like this. This can go in on the one side. You'll see the notch on the inside. And please don't go crooked, because once you ruin the threads on the grinder, especially inside, there's no reversing it. And basically now it's going into a counterclockwise to get this put down and get it further down until the burrs touch, and then you can put the top cover. If you want to make it easier, you can put the top cover on sooner, but try to do as best by hand as possible. Well, thank you for watching our video here on the Compak PKE Espresso Coffee Grinder. We are hoping that you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you can down below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please write them down below, or just go to our website. There is a Q&A tab for this grinder. You can ask your questions there. And hopefully this is enough information for you to choose this fabulous grinder for those lightly roasted varietal coffees, as well as a production grinder in your coffee shop or your cafe or restaurant, or even in your home. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.